Good morning, folks, or afternoon, or evening, or what have we. It's 8:05 a.m. Thursday, May 4th, 2017. 5, physical movement. 0, completion. 8, data, knowledge. Once consumed, becoming understanding, and then the more understandings you have, the greater your wisdom. Anyway, before we get started today, this is an important video for, people who are starting to wake up. Some of us have less support than others. Before we get started, I want to introduce you to a new stone that we picked up. This stone's been around for a little while. It's called all kinds of things. The closest thing there is to it is green amethyst, as far as the energy and everything. This stone has qualities of green amethyst, chrysoprase, and a little bit towards green serpentine, but it's not. Excuse me. When we sell our stones rough, we like to do that. That's them in their natural beauty, but tumbling a stone, seeing how beautiful it can be with luster, that's nice too. I just really have always enjoyed stones for a long time. Anyway, take a look at this. That's nice. Now, when you dip in the water, it'll quote-unquote showcase its actual beauty. So now you see it. It's even shinier. This piece was very dark. Let me dry that off. Here's another piece. See a little bit of that white in there. Kind of similar to green serpentine. Then it looks different when you put water on it. Water just is like a temporary soft polish for stone. Anyway, the energy in that stone is great. You can go back in the video and pause at that one spot. Where I held it up and actually reach in and feel it yourself. Sorry, folks, the lungs don't want to cooperate today. Anyway, I'd like to talk to you about something that's important, especially for people. It's important for you all the time when you're becoming yourself, your true self. When you're awakening and empowering yourself by utilizing what you already have, your metaphysical abilities. A lot of people don't understand. People with metaphysical abilities, most people have been in the closet on it, okay? They've been hiding from the public, hiding it from, family members, a lot of friends. Folks, the first thing you have to do, if you really, you have to, it's not like that, but you want to wake up, make it easier for yourself. The first thing you have to do is throw away the word psychic, okay? The word psychic is, so, to me, it's as valid as psycho, okay? The word psychic induces the thought process that someone has abilities to do the impossible. It's magic. It's beyond magic. Yes. Folks, it's your metaphysical abilities. It seems like magic because they're always put down. They've always been put down on this planet. This planet is backwards when you compare it to most all the other planets out there. It's family time, folks. They're here. They've been here forever. You want to find out when they got here, when aliens came here to this planet? This has got some of the information in it right here, okay? Creation, this is beginning your origin. You want to find out what's going on more with this planet? Creation, this beginning its journey evolving into paradise. This talks about Lemuria. I talk about Lemuria. I talk about Atlantis. I talk about everything that was happening back then. Everyone throws out these thought processes of there's these beautiful temples and we look like this. No, we didn't look like this. The Adamic race came here 5 times. Okay, I remember well. There's Red Adam that was here in Atlantis first. It was literally what I am, what I really am, not this body. Came down here, landed about 10, 11 foot in from the shore in Pisidia. Okay, Pisidia was a country on Atlantis. And it's named Pisidia from Poseidon. Everyone connects Poseidon to water movement, you know, controlling the seas. Actually, it means land mover. That body, that life I had in that body, it was very strong. Loved seafood, but I couldn't eat it because it just, excuse me, the body I was given wouldn't tolerate it. So funny, the original first being male and female while they were around. Anyway, and it was 10.572 million years ago. Edgar Cayce talked about it, and Edgar Cayce on Atlantis or something. And somewhere, I don't know what book it is in or something, he talks about Emilius. Folks, there is no Emilius. There's been some people named Emilius, but that's never been the name given to strong energy. So, when he was trying to say Aramelius, when Edgar Cayce went into his physical condition, so that, and I'll leave that there, so that he could do this and release and relax his constrictions of his religious, life. He had to put that, he had to take that and put it out of his head, and to do so, he had to induce a certain situation on himself. And when he did, and he'd talk, sometimes he'd slur his words. In Edgar Cayce on Atlantis, he talks about the law of one, which means there's one God, and we serve the one God. And then there's others that said, screw that. They didn't have any basic thing they wanted to do, but screw that. Kind of more like an atheist thing today. And he called them, you can see it in the book, it's written, the children of Belial. No, it's the children of denial, is what he was trying to say. It's just because of the physical condition he was in, to put himself into a relaxation mode so he can do this. That's how it came out, that's all. And it got written up by some folks who cared and were trying to help, just didn't understand, that's all. Again, get your data, consume it, it becomes understanding, and then all these pieces of understanding become wisdom, you understand more. I'm no Einstein, but because I am so awake and so strong, I see a lot of things, I understand a lot of things. The field's everywhere, it goes through you. I must find the Akashic Records. Okay, it's in you. Hello. It's everywhere. It's there for you. But never like it is now. Never have you been able to do, have you had the opportunity to do what you need to do. Never have you been able to do what you need to do. And when people give you a hard time about trying to learn how to use your abilities, a lot of times, folks, they're nervous. Sometimes even afraid, scared. On what levels? That you're going to introduce a thought process to them, that something that everyone talks negative about and everyone's scared about. Don't do it, you can't do it. That all of a sudden you're going to do it, and they're going to go, oh, and they got to face it. A lot of people have said that, well, you know, Jay, I'm waking up, but my family, my friends, they think I'm nuts. Man, do I understand that. Of course, I've always had issues with my family. We got along with my dad, and I tried hard with my mom, but it's a little bit out. It was always spotty. My younger sister and I got along better, but whatever, you know, things are what they are. But even if you, and sometimes it happens a lot in relationships. Folks, I've been doing consults for a year. You know, sometimes 5 and 6 a day. I see things, know things for myself. All of that comes together to be me, what I am in this body and what I'm aware of. Folks, I'm just like you. When I'm out of this body, I'm myself again. All of us have incredible knowledge. The smallest of you, I don't think, can fit inside a planet when you're not in a body. Our planet, Gaia's planet, the one we live on, the one these bodies come from. So a lot of times they say something out of fear, but what I was starting to move on their thought process is that some of my friends are going to change. At first, my buddy Nick Sweeka, he's a really good friend of mine. He and I are close. I don't get to see him too much. He's got a church he goes to. You know, he's very religious in that way, but he has yet retained an open mind because he always wants to know and understand. That's important. So at first there was just a small rift. Our friendship was too close for it to go too far, but now, you know, he kind of understands. He says, Jay, I'm just seeing too much stuff going on. It's just, you know, this can't be real. Or, I mean, this can't not be real in some manner. Next from Romania, and John has done a lot of wiring for me. Really nice guy. I met him through Nick. He's Nick's friend and now mine too. You know, he was telling Nick, he says, you know, there's too much stuff happening with Jay. This stuff is actually real. It takes a little time for people to become aware of stuff. But, man, that happened over a few years, okay? Patience is a bitch. It's also necessary. It's important for things to flow as best as they possibly can for you. But some of your friends, what I'm getting at too, is that some of your friends are going to separate from you, and the ones that are really friends, chances are really good they'll come back. It depends on how how stringent their religious beliefs are. It depends on how to put this. It depends partially on their arrogance, and it really depends on their open mind. If someone's stuck in the old way, you know, I believe in the word, the book. Really, what book is that? And it's going to happen. It's okay. Because those of your friends and your parents, family, Those of them that have an open mind, those of them that can wake up this life, they will. And you have actually just led them into finding themselves, who they really are. I don't know about you, but I think that's a pretty cool thing to do for people you love. Problem is, you know, sometimes you catch a little hell along the way. It's easier for me to tell you about things. I've always done this, except when I was a little kid, when it kind of freaked Dad out. My dad worked his butt off, and he was working through the ranks in IBM back when it was the big company. I understand. My mother used to give me hell all my life, man. She was being told, you know, hey, Jay's trying to get Jay's getting too much of your husband's attention. Do something about that. I'd walk in the house, and I was the son of a bitch for walking in. My friends wouldn't even walk in the house because she wouldn't attack them. She'd be sweet to them and then give me hell. That was stuff being done to her. Later on, before she left, when she was feeling rough, I've said this a few times before. I walked downstairs one time, and my grandmother, my dad's mother, she came by to see me, and she just touched me softly on the side of the head so I'd see her. So I'd feel her, and then I'd go look to see her. I said, hey, Grammy, how you doing? So I went downstairs, and something touched me in the top of the head. And I said, Graham? Because it doesn't feel like her. And I looked at her. I said, damn, Mom? Damn. Get away from me. You know, leave me alone. And then I felt her love towards me. I said, Mom, I know that's the real you. I understand you're sorry for everything that's happened, and yes, I love you too, but you're not going to feel it until you're out of that body. Just relax. But fine. And she wouldn't leave, but she stayed downstairs, so I just went back upstairs and hung out up here, and the next morning she was gone. But she'd fade. My mother was really sick. She was dying. So she was fading in and out of sleep, and when she did, she'd come over here. But that's who she really was, not what she was made to be in the body. So, see, there's no war. After my father passed, I went over to my parents' house. You know, Dad was gone. Mom, I should have said after Dad passed, I went over to my parents' house, and Mom got mad, started to yell at me right away, and then she just stopped. She only got a few words out, and she stopped. And she looked at me, and then she realized I have no reason to yell at him anymore. And from that point on, we got along great. She'd punch me in the face, all kinds of stuff, teeth. That was not good moments, okay? Didn't happen much, but it has happened. But you know what? It's okay. I mean, it's like I'm not going to turn my cheek at me again. Nope, that never happens. But as time goes on, you understand more about what's happening, and that takes the edge off of the blade of that sword. Don't mistake what I'm saying. Don't ever take crap from people. But try to understand why it's happening. That can make the difference between hitting someone and then just walking away, just whatever. Why am I talking about personal family stuff in my life? I want you to understand as much as I can about the power of understanding, about the power of releasing yourself from what everyone wants you to being yourself. That's power. That is empowering. To be yourself. I see people, I see some of the stuff they do, and I see both parts of their body, and I see information in their DNA. Want to hide from me? Good luck. I can't be aware of everything all the time, everything going on anywhere. My energy is, but my spirit is outside of me. But in this body, you kidding? I can't remember what I did 5 hours ago. Sometimes 5 minutes. We can only do so much in these bodies, but it's time for us to start learning how to do more. Excuse me, now I'm not, There have always been people that are more awake than others. Okay, there's when someone wakes up quicker than someone else. The person that's waking up slower, there's nothing wrong with them. So if you have that thought process in your head, please delete it. It has no value, and it's not even true. It's happening at the right time. It's happening as soon as it can. The process is that it's happening now. Okay? Someone wakes up in the morning and he opens up his eyes. He sees stuff in the new day, and then the sun goes to the other. Starts, the planet's turning around, and the sunlight's being seen on another part of the planet. And then someone then wakes up. What? They're not aware because the other person woke up sooner. No, folks, it's simple. When it's time to wake up, it's time to wake up. The time to wake up is now. The time to wake up in mass, in large, massive numbers, is now. It's already happening. People who, at an earlier age, were able to see things and know things, called quote-unquote psychics, that's the word people used, and we just followed suit. I've talked about how spirit is put inside a body. The male and female produce an embryo, and that embryo starts growing. Once it has once it has a brain center already formed, then it's already got the spirit from the planet goes into the body. That's used to be part of Gaia, released a little over 11 million years ago, 11.25 million years ago. And then so it's in the whole body. And then the female source comes up, takes her hand. Just think of it as for the image, to make an image in your head, think of it as a hand pushing of source energy, pushing in that head, pushing all that the planetary essence that's in there to the left side. Okay, that being spirit and energy that came from the planet, puts it to the left side of the brain, leaves that wall there, and then puts you in there, and then puts energy around the head, then puts energy around the whole body, seals it up, locks you in. So that happens. Now, that barrier that's in there, if you're having a life where you're supposed to be more psychic, what it is, more metaphysically aware than others, that barrier, the source barrier separating the two parts of the brain, literally goes right down the middle of your brain. That's weaker. So more stuff can go through. If someone's a neurosurgeon, building skyscrapers, somebody really has to, designing airplanes, somebody that really has to be conscious-minded, they're really going to be more rigid. They're going to have a stronger barrier between the two sides of the head, the two sides of the brain. The softer that barrier is, the more the two parts of them talk to each other, and the more aware you actually become. Your energy flows through your head better. A bigger portion of your brain is flowing. People say we use 10% of the brain. They don't know how to measure it. You use at least 85% of your brain. Okay, it's just metaphysical. The metaphysical energy that flows through your body is literally the fifth necessary form of energy necessary to create sentient life. That's where the first being came from. Again, check out book 1. People, you need to know where this comes from. I'm not saying you have to buy the book and make me money. No. You need to get the information. Someone else bought the book, buy it. Borrow it. If you want, buy it. Amazon.com, spiritualfoundation.com. When you buy it on Spiritual Foundation, you buy it right from the publisher. They just print it and send it out. So, it's information for you, folks. I'm not a writer. I'm an author because I've written a few books, but I'm not a writer. Never had any intention of doing that until I woke up, became aware, and then I was well aware of stuff I had to do. And so the word psychic, folks, please relate that to the word psycho. Just let that go. All of you have metaphysical abilities. This is about you being you. And no one's better than you. There's so many people who are solar plexus orientated, their core energy, the strongest energy field they have in their body is solar plexus. They know stuff by their gut. They have a faith of affirmation of how they feel about things. As that grows, more than most other people. But pineal people see more image. Okay, it's multidimensional seeing, so there's a lot of dimensions. There's 3 major dimensions. The first dimension's right here, okay? Nothing gets in there. There's a barrier around it. Nothing's allowed in there, period. Nothing ever will get back in. It will get back in there unless Arae lets it in, period. Then there's the second dimension, which is where everyone lives, okay? Then there's the third dimension outside of that. In the third dimension, this is the one we're living in here. And then in different locations, you have more dimensions built, smaller dimensions. Different galaxies, areas, planets have extra dimensions. We have we're in the third dimension here in this planet. There's 8 dimensions right here below us. So the 8th one's not just in our area, but it's spread out wider. But right here at the planet below us, we have 8 dimensions. And below us means it's a different frequency. It's a lower frequency. That's all. So anyway, understanding yourself, who you are, is important. It gives you the power, the willpower, the faith in yourself to start trusting yourself to help you wake up to move forward. Trust what you see. The hard part is trying to understand it. And don't freak out about it. Let it happen. The more tense you get, that DNA, what does it do? It gets like a slinky, man. It's just... No. It's important to relax. It's not that, you know, I can't relax, I'll never wake up, Get a balloon, okay? And hit yourself in the head with a balloon. Then you say, this is silly. And then you'll say, yes, it is silly. I'm just going to relax for a minute. I've done all kinds of goofy stuff to make points to myself. And, you know, let's times with other people. I don't care. I care about the message. I care about doing everything I can for everyone before I get out of here. And I'm just about done. It won't be for a while, but that second, the third book, creation book will come out, Creation, Walking Through the Door. That will come out. Then you'll understand more. But this is stuff for me not to say. I never wanted to say anything about what I am. But so how do I explain to everyone what's really going on without including myself, seeing I'm the one with a hammer doing it? Anyway, the important thing is that you'll find yourselves, man. You don't. I've said it for years. You don't know how cool you are. You have no idea of the power that is you and your children. Man, loving parents. Will we die for our kids in a second? In a second. What they mean to us, what everything means to me, is similar. Even all the crap I got growing up, I still had that love. And when she had no one else, she had me. Anyway, almost everyone listening to me, you care. That's a very important power of the heart. I'm using the word power a lot today. It's a powerful word. It's a strong word. I guess it's important for me to find some way to try to express to you that you are all these things I say. And you find out over time. You find out. You realize more and more about who you are. It gives you more faith in yourself and what you're seeing. When you see an image, sometimes you know exactly what it is. Sometimes it's harder to understand. I've actually done this in the process on camera. It was just a couple of videos ago, a few videos ago. I got 2 of them I haven't even put out yet. I mean, I've you know, rendered them and everything, but they need to be uploaded. I got knocked on my butt hard, Dan and I both, again, 2 more days. And the only one I'm letting near me right now is Gaia and Gabriel. Anyway, you're going to find you lose some friends and gain new ones, but that point where you lose your friends and then you gain new ones, there's a little lapse in between. That's normal, but it's, in a way, think of it as a good thing. It gives you time to be alone, to become yourself. It works. Relax, be calm, and just feel inside yourself. So, I just want all of you to know who you really are. I want you to be able to see and know and understand things for yourself. And when someone comes up and says, you can't do that, I want you to just look at them and either smile and walk away, or just smile, flip them off. Yeah, really, you're number one with me, dude, and walk off, whatever. I'm not saying do that. If they're real jerks and you want to, do it, and just walk away. Don't hit them. Don't start screaming at them. Don't waste your time. Why? Because you understand. Because you know better. That's what matters. Hell, I don't matter, man. Come on. I'm a tired man in overalls that's just waiting to go home to go back to work hard to do what I need to do. It's easy to work over there. We don't have these beat up bodies. We're not locked up. We're flowing. Completely flowing ourselves. I can't wait to be me again, man. And again, I ask everyone in the body, please don't ever hurt yourself, okay? I went to send myself home a good while ago. That was to prove a few points. There's a few different reasons why I did that. 5,500 plus grams of phenobarbital. It's still alive. Once out of the hospital, went into the rehab center, and I immediately started. There was still, after there was none in my blood, I'd taken so much, it literally was seeping out of my brain, my muscles, my bone. They said this stuff, Jay, even stays in your bone. They don't know how much I actually took, but folks, I was there for the minimum amount possible. The minimum amount is 5 days, and I got stuck there right when I went in there. When I got out of the regular hospital, then when I had to go in there on the way out for like triage, mental triage, and that's where I went to work hard. But anyway, it was right through New Year's, and the doctors and psychiatrists, they take a 3-day holiday, so it got extended into 8 days, and that was fine. because I was anxious to get home, but at the same time, I was there to work. I showed the doctors, psychiatrists, and everyone else my quantitative electroencephalograms. Deanna came here and saved the day, man. She came down to the hospital. She was there 16 hours a day, man, just trying to, the regular hospital right when it happened. Trying to take, care of me the best she could. But then also when I went in the other place, and I asked her to bring in the quantitative electroencephalogram, the full report. Excuse me. And she was just, the doctors down there, they were just blown away. And I told them, I hear voices. I don't hear voices saying hurt anyone. I literally talk to spirit outside the body. I talk to it back and forth, and if I want to, I can actually affect it with my own energy, because my energy is very strong. And that's not the thing you say in a rehab center, okay? After taking enough to kill what? How many elephants? When I first got there was so much of that in me, I couldn't even walk still. So I was in a wheelchair for 2 days, getting around. And then on the third day, I just got up out of the wheelchair, started walking, and then, but I pushed the wheelchair, and then I'd get back in and push it. It was the medicine coming out of me. I used to save animals. I've done it all my life, like I've said. Folks, I don't lie. Why should I lie to anyone? That diminishes myself, my own self-worth to myself. It literally destroys your honor every time you lie. So you can kick right back anytime you want. Can't keep lying though. So anyway, and then I was helping people, the staff and the people there. I started getting a group of people would be talking in and out, and then I'd go to different groups, and they'd be like looking at me like, "Who are you to talk and come to this group?" That there's a large amount of people there, so they have the little cliques. I just go in and out of all of them. They said, "Who's that goofy old man in overalls?" And then I started teaching them all how to feel their energy, how to work their energy, who they really are inside, explaining what's going on. And I told them, I said, feel your self-worth, understand who you are. And these, so anyway, I started getting along with a whole lot of people. I always pushed myself past limits. They watch me and fall down and get up, and it's like, it was like the day before leaving, I was talking with one of the staff members there. Of course, I have a good time with everybody for the most part. As a matter of fact, they'd let me meditate a day before, early in the morning before the day actually started. There's this one nice room with a lot of glass in it, and they let me go in there alone and just meditate. And what I was doing, I was killing stuff that I had to get rid of. Part of doing that was the large body of Arae. I walked out of that thing when before the first soul was ever released, and it was a problem. And then instead of letting me go home, which was known it wouldn't anyway, it wanted to keep me in the body. Then 5 different lilies kept working on my body, so I didn't have seizures or lose my brain thought, brain process like it sounds like I have now. I've always been like this. When you get stronger metaphysically, it does affect your regular conscious mind, but it won't be like me. Folks, I do stuff with my energy that's really strong. I have to be like this. Don't worry about that. Try not to worry about anything. Try not to worry. Be concerned, deal with it properly, but don't worry. So anyway, I showed all that to doctors. Told them. Said, yeah, I talk spirit and I can actually affect it. And then talked to everybody down there. And the day before leaving, I talked to one of the staff ladies down there, and she said, "Can I see that, quantitative electroencephalogram report?" And I said, "Yeah." She looked at it. She said, "Damn." I said, "That's kind of funny, isn't it? Some old man in overalls that can actually produce this process, you know, across the Atlantic Ocean. Martin Para, he's out in Sweden. I reached out from here and went into his brain and made the medical equipment just go nuts. Actually, it wasn't just showing his stuff in his head. After the test was done, and she was trying to settle down it was all over, it was already done, and then she was trying to settle her computer down, you know, and everything, and my energy was over there. I could see it, and I was trying to pull it back, and as part of me, it's just over there having fun. I said, damn it, and I had to grab it. It's like putting it in a sphere and pull it back here. Her computer was whacking out. And it's on the video. It's hard to see. It's on the video. It's just under 2 hours long. It was Martin Para and I did this using laptops. Okay, it wasn't, you know, wasn't the best cameras and setup and everything. It was not professionally done. It will be later. It will be later. I'll be out of here, out of this body, be myself again. And there's family members that are going to be doing this. Source family members. We're all family, but source family members that are going to be doing this. There's everyone's going to have their proof. They'll get some attention in the media, which I'm not here for that. I'm here to do my job and get out of here. But the only way I can reach you and start this is by having a YouTube channel. So they let me out of there, with no, you know, no desire to put me on heavy meds or anything. So the lung medication I take is strong. Anyway, so they let me go, and they said, just this is normal process, but after like 9-10 days or something like that, we set up an appointment. We want you to go here and see the psychiatrist, and she'll do or the psychiatrist will do triage on you, you know, mental triage, check me out. And I said, okay. So then I was home, and I still, for about 3 days after coming home, I was still, you know, that stuff was still draining out of me, man. It was weird. I had taken so much. Phenobarbital has been made for years now to where it won't kill you, but, you know, really messes you up. However, the thing is, I think the thing about it is it won't stop your lungs or your heart or something like that. I have so many health issues; they're already right there. So, but that needed to be done, and it was, and multiple reasons. So it also has to do with saving this house from my sister. That's already a court case, Superior Court. This is what I'm doing in body. Wait till I get out. I do have love for everything. I don't put up with shit. Anyway, maybe y'all can use a little bit of strength. Reach in and pull some of your own strength out when you're waking up and people start to give you a hard time. Don't take it. That doesn't mean yell and scream at them. That's a waste. That's lowering yourself. If someone's screaming in your face, scream back and tell them to frack off, you know. To finish off what I was saying, when I went to the other psychiatrist for triage, once I was out, like 10 days later, something, 9-10 days later, sat down and talked to her, I guess about an hour, and Deanna had to drive still. It's my legs. I got issues with my legs being numb and stuff like that. So I have a lot of issues anyway, physical issues. But we started talking right away, and I saw she was an animal lover. It's kind of funny. I said that, and I looked at her. She had a nice heart. She was solar plexus with a lot of light green, medium deep light green coming out, and that's an auric expression, a natural byproduct of those frequencies. And we sat down and started talking, and she looked. I said I do things with energy that, you know, is kind of freaks people out, and she's looking at the reports, the file on me, and she's like, and then she goes, and then she looks me right in the eyes, and she goes, "I can feel your energy." It's like, I'm not laughing at her. I'm laughing at the situation. I just smiled and I said, I'm kind of like excessive in that regard. I said I what I call myself an energy litter bug or something like that. I leave my energy everywhere. But she said, that's wild. And she looked at everything, and we talked for a few minutes, told her some stuff, and she's like, you know, that's weird. She goes, we're aware in this field that there's things we can't understand. And I told her, I said, you know, what I did for multiple reasons, but people, I literally had to make a statement for other people that when they hear voices and talk to voices and have communication with them, that they're not crazy. It's time to quit putting people on Thorazine, on hard, you know, any kind of hard drug like that. All they wanted me to do when I left, they said, well, just relax, take it easy, and you know, and they looked at everything I do. They had incredible records on them. I was surprised. Apparently they can access all kinds of information. And they said, you make all this money and you give it away. We want you to keep some for you. It's great you help people like this. That's awesome. We watch you do it with everybody in here, but you have to keep some for yourself. And I looked at him, and this is the only thing that made him worry. The whole time I was there, this is the only thing that made him worried. I said, you didn't understand. That's what makes me happy. You know, it's my format. It's what I am. It's what I do. That's what makes me happy. And they were like, well, you need this. I said, I'll take a trip or something. You know, they said, good, do that. And I told them what I was doing, you know, squaring this away, sending equipment and stuff out all over the world to make sure that this gets started. This isn't a school of psychic activity. This is you becoming yourself. When I first started doing this, people said, wow, what church do you work out of? What's your thought process? Did you go to this school or that school? I said, what? No, I go to I'm a professor from the University of U. And they said, what? I said, I literally help you realize who you are, increase your abilities, and then you see things for yourself. And I talked to a few people, and I said that, and they looked at me, and this one girl said, no one else is doing that. And I said, yeah. Now what's all this Jay talking about himself? I'm explaining a situation that I went through that you can literally can and is about to be brought out into court. Legal court. Folks, I'm bending my ass over backwards to make sure that I've left a foundation for you to stand on and say, yes, I am more than my physical self. I am also metaphysical. I have metaphysical abilities, and I'm going to use them. So nobody can say you're nuts, try to throw you in a loony bin, as they might want to call it. Folks, the way I did that, they had the opportunity to lock me up for a year. And they said, man, ain't nothing wrong with you. Go take off, have some fun. So, of course, I got a clean bill of health from once I was out and went to see this other lady, the psychiatrist, that got a clean bill of health from her. She goes, well, if you ever want to talk, give us a buzz. She goes, here's my number. Things are changing. It's long overdue. The original first being is no longer here to bother you. They're dead. They're gone. They were asked, pleaded with, and then told to decease in the abuse they brought into creation. Because Arae is what they made, who I really am inside in the very beginning. They made me to protect them, to protect them, to protect everything they built, creation, and especially from whatever else came out of the first dimension. They were created through happenstance, and they knew it was going to happen again. So they figured beat the crap out of me, make me bigger, stronger, and then I'd be their servant. And then when something else came out of there, they wanted me to beat it up and make it do whatever they wanted to. I mean, folks, they had issues. Of course, that would never happen. So, but they finally did too much. They kept hurting what they built. Anyway. Folks, the reason for all this stuff, the reason for this whole life that I've had was for you to wake up. I mean, well, I had to take care of stuff on the other side, but as far as it, well, how do I say this? I had to do everything I had to get rid of what's wrong on the other side. I have. It's dead, gone. Little pieces of stuff that's stupid, whatever. As soon as mom and pop are back in the house, the kids will settle down. But you have to know about our friends coming in from space. Get ready for that. Find out who you are. Folks, I cannot put you in a starship and send you out in space, but I can teach you how to reach out there with yourself. Just relaxing. Thank you. That's funny. Just relaxing and flowing out. Man, it's unreal. That's what it's all about. You becoming you. Simple as a tired old man in overalls. Captain Janitor. I realize it's hard for most all people to understand what I'm saying right now. The subscribers on my channel, you know, keeps going up, but that's slowly more people becoming aware of some of the stuff I'm talking about because they want to become more awake themselves. Okay? Excuse me, I don't... Excuse me. I don't have a race going on, something I have to, a number to make or meet. I don't have any commercials. I don't do a whole lot to push myself forward. Excuse me. I meet with you all as much as I can to give you whatever information I can that I'm aware of that you'll need, that'll help you, help enhance you, awakening yourself. When I've gone into people and cranked them up, okay, that's my energy. I'm cranking you up. But other than that, folks, this is you becoming yourself. The stones, the spheres, these things are strong, very strong. Okay. You have them on your bed. You have them next to your bed when you're sleeping. That energy just comes out, goes right into you. You go into it. It's all over the place. My brother, he's also Arae energy. His name is Matan. He's in Israel. We're about to make another a sphere for him. I think I might have made one for him. I can't remember. But he's really cool. He's been fighting cancer in and out of the hospital for so many years. He's cancer free now. And I realize cancer comes back and forth and everything. I'm going to make him a real nice healing sphere. So like a max power, full body that's got strong healing energy in it. Excuse me, another really good stone with him is blue kyanite. I bought a ton of that. That really helps in healing with the body. You don't hold a stone and all of a sudden you're healed. It's an aid, okay? Poor Matan went through hell going in and out of hospitals. He's got tons of stones and everything around him. He's got the willpower to keep going. And It's a battle that never quite goes away, but he's cancer-free, man. So, when we're in a body, no matter who you are, you can help someone heal, but to actually get the physical stuff done, you need help from, you know, the other side. That's how that works. These bodies are such limiting factors. When you can see it for yourself, it blows your mind. When you get to the point where you can look at someone, see their spirit in there, what kind it is, what it's like, you know, it's not, you know, soul essence, source, it's almost no source. That's a good thing, okay? All you need is a little bit. That's intentional. And then there's some essence, okay? Strong, supposed to be elders and stuff, and then there's also the big mass amount of energy out there is souls. There's more individual souls than there is anything else, and numerically speaking, it's incredible. Percentage is probably about 98%. Physical mass is about 57%. Why? Well, you have planets, you have stars, male universal energy in stars, female female universal essence in planets. Come on, heart, stop it. It's so funny. I'd said before that I was seeing heart, liver. I was talking with energy outside of my body as far as me dropping heart, liver, and lungs, finally. But it's going to be quick. Boom, boom, boom. It's just going to happen when it's time. When I get out of here. Folks, you will too. You be yourself again before long, but, you know, don't. Try not to push it. Try to understand why I did what I did, folks. I did it for you. To prove a point. And when I say you, I mean everybody. Someone has to come here and do this. Why not me? It's my job. I don't know what else to do. I don't want to. Did you know that some janitors just like their job? They like to take care of things. Everything is so important, and I can never do enough. It can be frustrating sometimes, trying to get people to understand who they are. I mean, damn. You've been hammered, all controlled by the original first being male and female, and then they used angels when they were hanging around you. Literally, they take their energy going through the upper crown, the original first angels, and they're servants. They're living robots. They were made to do this. They had no choice. They had no choice. They had no options. They did what they were told. Put the energy in the middle, right down through the upper crown, middle crown, lower crown, right into the hypothalamus and run you. And when they did that, you knew whatever you were doing, if you were taking an hatchet and cutting your arm off, you knew you had to. You knew you were doing the right thing, and then they pull their energy out, and you're like, what the hell just happened? So that makes you think you're crazy, puts more stress in your life. So the original male and female, what people call God, is going, yay, I'm doing a good job, I'm making them stronger. Because when you have a life, when the body's dead, when you come out of that body, you go poof and grow. But if you've been abused as hell while you're in that body, beat the hell out of that body, make that spirit freak out, when you come out of the body, you go poof, you grow bigger. And then when it was time, December 21st, 2012, in the fifth age of on the earth, then they would take them to the largest spirit mates, put them together, put them in their own universe, and have them release a third of their energy. A third of the energy is most any energy can release and still maintain its own internal structure. Folks, I have information for you that will blow your mind. And it's here for the next 100 years. You want to find out? Books. Those two books. a lot of people talking with spirit guides is a problem. Something I got to talk about organite too in a minute. A lot of people have time talking with spirit guides. Okay, I got that handled for you too. Folks, this is my job. Okay, I like it, but it's my job. All right, first, these rune cards. Okay, cards are a great way. This picture, it's image. Okay, animals, animal energy. There's all kinds of good information that's out there in tarot cards and stuff like that. But the thing is, the information is communication. Okay? Earthmagic.net, Stephen D. Farmer. Okay? Love the guy, he's really cool. When I say I love someone, I care about them. But don't ever forget that there's problems in our creation, and when we're in a body, we're not completely ourselves. There's the other spirit that originally came from Gaia here, and that's inside us. That gets a little confusing. And then our DNA, our body's DNA, has a certain programming. It's a soft programming, sometimes hard programming, to take care of itself. And then the spirit inside you is planetary essence. It wants to hold on to the body forever, and it wants to keep that body going. So anyway, this is the Elder Futhark runes. Okay, I think the number was 2425 or whatever, or 2324. Where people say this, the open rune is not a rune. Well, two of my lives is a Viking. When I was a kid, I'd used the open rune. The open rune has nothing on it, so there's no message. No, it means relax, open up, and go look. Okay, when you have the open rune, it means source is busy in your life making a change. So at the moment, the paper is clear. So that makes you relax. If you want to do this, it puts you in a situation where you need to relax, open up, and feel for events happening. What does that do? It uses the pineal, which goes from here to here, lapis lazuli, to see things multidimensionally. It opens up the the scanner, so you can see coming out this way. You see, this is remote viewing right here. You see right through this dimension, half above, half below, right around that. You know, everyone's a little different. Why? We're all an assembly. As who we really are, spirit. We're an assembly of. We consist of different frequencies and different amounts of whatever frequencies we have than everyone else. It's like snowflakes. Plus, there's the other spirit that came from Gaia that's in there. Plus, there's the body information and the DNA. I have a lot of respect for life. Everything has that right to live. Creation was made improperly by the original first being male and female because they were alone. It was alone. It separated itself and then, it separated some of its frequencies, percentages, and sometimes full amounts, so that there would be two different parts so it could talk to itself, creation of male and female. It's in the books, folks. You want to know who you are, what's going on, you'll find it in the books. You can buy it. You can get... there's a Kindle version of the first book. There might even be one of the rune books. I don't know. It cost me money to fire that up, and it's just, sorry, I'm done with that. Okay, I needed to make the information. I do what I can. I've been through a lot, you know, trying to get this set up for you, so you can stand up when someone says you're a nut and say, nope, nope, I'm doing what I should be doing and I'm becoming myself. Because it bothers you, you should look at yourself to see why it bothers you that I'm opening up and becoming myself. You say I'm nuts, this doesn't exist. Why? Because you can't do it yet? When you're a kid, you can't, you have never ridden a bicycle, so you never will? That's evil. Why? Did some stupid religious book say, like what do the Christians running around say? Oh, we're going to, Jesus is coming back. And yet they also say, if anyone comes back and says they're a prophet, you know, you tell them, no, we've already had our prophet. There's only one prophet, Jesus Christ. Okay, well, if he came back and he was in a body, number one, that'd be reincarnation. Of course, that's not going to happen. The spirit that was inside him, that was Jesus, is dead. Number two, wouldn't they just say, we already had our prophet, so you're a fake? And if it was possible, which it's not, if Jesus was still alive and could come back and say, hey, here I am. And I'm talking about the spirit inside him is dead, human essence. It wasn't even source. Love the guy, but whatever, issues. Anyway, so what happens? And who remembered what he looked like? So there's so many redundancies. There's everything is so backwards in so many ways. In your religions, because they're false. They're anti-you. Turn your face, and when someone hits you, turn your cheek to let them beat the heck out of the other side of your face. That's teaching someone to be submissive. Hello, right? So, be giving, yes. Take crap, no. I've taken enough in my life. In this life and everyone. Folks, you do too. When you see someone that's having a real easy life, that's because they've had so many nasty ones, it was time for them to have a good one and relax a little bit. Because their energy was building up too many abuse frequencies. Anyway, and that stuff's in the books too. So it's not a cancer where your frequencies go bad, it's but how you've all been creating frequencies within yourself that are actually sick and they work against you. And it was actually making some of you grow a spirit outside of your body, but you were growing in a sick way. So, okay. I know there's a lot of self-talk in that, but I hope you all got the idea. I'm trying to show you, explain things through my own life so that you can see it and tell you about things that happened. There's records for it. I'm proving a point that you are real. I'm proving it, trying to prove it to you. I'm laying out proof for you, for the medical field, the psychiatric field, courts, legal courts. I'm doing everything I can, but I'm done. Just about done. And I gotta go. It's like Gaia was telling me this morning. She said, Father, please, hurry. Go. It's important that creation comes together as what it should have been originally, a family. It's important that you learn how to trust what you see and understand. It's hard to understand. And when two people see something and they see something different, they're seeing it different ways. They have different memories of imagery. They use images that, you know, they'll see something this way and another person sees it that way. I saw a tall man with a cloak and everything, and I saw a younger boy, or, you know, I saw somebody that had this hair, that hair. I saw this image. I saw a donkey, and I said, oh, really? Well, I saw an elf. Relax and just feel into the energy and see what you see. And remember, it takes time. But isn't it time? Yes, it is. Okay, one other thing. I need to talk about this organite. The pyramids and stuff you make in it. There's more and more of that going on. I want to explain what's happening in it. So those of you that want to make one, I want to help you understand what's going on with it, and I also want you to understand the lies and the issues with it. Okay, now stone has energy, okay? And when you take that energy and you try to condense it and control the movement of it, you can create a feeling. For those of you that make orgonite, if you really want to build something that's strong, and I've done this, shown this for my friends, and some of my friends, and they make them. In a bottom, usually like a pyramid, four-sided pyramid, whatever, different shapes. On the bottom, you have a big piece of star essonite. Oh, I've got so much stone everywhere. Deanna and I try to get organized, and it's just so much stuff. It's just insane. Anyway, here's a real nice piece of some star essonite. Okay, you take a piece about like that, kind of roundish. You put it in a the bottom here. That's what I was looking for. Excuse me. God, this is nice. It really feels good with me right now. Crystal point. You want to get energy from a stone? Hold it in your fingertips, not like this, but right now my head's cooking and this stone is nice and cool. This one too. My head's always giving off a lot of heat. Anyway, take a piece of star essonite like this. This is strong, tumbled black, high crystal blackened star essonite, but most of the blackened stuff's been tumbled off. There's just a little bit going through it. You take this, you put it in the bottom. Okay? If you get copper wire and take copper wire, put it around it, and then go up like this to where you make a spiral. Okay? You do that, and the copper carries the energy, the stone energy from the stone brings it to a point, so you make an energy point that's coming up. Okay, you're focusing the energy of the stone to go upwards. I could make these things all day long, and because of my understanding of stone energy, I'll make a stronger one than anyone else. Why don't I? That's simple. Stone energy is supposed to be allowed to come out and flow. Okay? If I take this energy and concentrate it to a certain point coming out this way, I've aimed it. But that's controlling energy to aim it at someone. That's kind of abusive. What's the point of it? A lot of people think they make these things, and I've seen them even advertised, called cloud busters or chemtrail busters, where I've seen videos where they actually try to find a way to make it, say it, and they build a large one, and they say this kills chemtrails and everything, and people with love in their hearts really want to do it, and they think it's neat, and they've spent so much money on these things. Stone energy only goes so far. When you concentrate it into a smaller point, it's strong and it might reach out a little further, but it's only going to go so far. And besides, stone energy, you can concentrate part of it to a point, but it's still coming out of the stone everywhere. That when the copper becomes imbued with that stone energy, starts moving it, it also moves it off to the side. So you're pointing, make some of it to a point where you can feel it. If you want to show people that stone has energy, it's good for that, because they can put their hand over it and move it around, and they can start feeling it. They feel it in the head. But if you really want to help someone wake up, tell them to get a piece of star essonite, hold it in their fingertips like this, and relax. And it goes right into you. Okay? Naturally, fully, and it does more for you. So as far as concentrating energy to where you can feel it, yes. That's what orgonite is. So if it suits what you're doing, cool. The more you can feel stone energy, the stronger they'll be. But stone energy only goes so far. These spheres that I build, there's nothing as strong, period. There's no stone energy as strong as the spheres that I build, period. Period. Anywhere. Okay? You can charge crystals up with energy, huge large crystals, and you put a certain energy into them, crystals help magnify it, and then you can go ahead and run starships off of them. I'm talking about stone energy sitting there that you put your energy into, and then Gaia goes into it, and then it just goes back into you, and it makes you stronger than anything else. These spheres, these max power spheres like the one back there, those suckers can reach out 8 foot and reach you. Okay, they're so strong, the energy, it goes out towards you about 8 foot, and then as soon as your energy goes into it, then literally start feeling it. If a stone is, if that sphere, if you make the intention of reaching that sphere, your energy is all the way around it anyway. As soon as you make the intention of it, your energy goes like this. Say here's a sphere right here. Your energy goes like this into it, and then it starts, Gaia multiplies it and sends it back into you. It generates, okay? That's knowing what stone to put in it, what's going on. But at the same time, it only goes so many feet, stone energy. You're the thing that's big and strong, but you can't put your energy into a stone and create a beam that's going into the sky to get rid of chemtrails, folks. Sorry, that's crap. And people say they think they're doing it. Really? You think you're looking straight up at the cloud? Do you know how big that cloud is? You know how far away it is? It's more like way over there, you're not even near it, folks. I mean, sorry, stone can't do that. You've seen me in different videos. Here's a real nice piece of stick selenite. Take the time, reach out to feel it. It's not that easy at first, but you can, and then you feel it affects you. You say, well, I just wanted it to affect me. Really? Well, if you wanted it to affect you, how did you want it to affect you? Did you want it to go up and down your spine? Did you want it to go out your ears? Did you want to feel a tickling on your nose? Did you want to feel your knees? Yeah. What did you want to feel? Well, well, you didn't want to feel anything. You just did. Trust yourself, damn it. Trust yourself. That's what matters. So there's so many people buying Organite, and they can feel something, but they're not getting anything out of it. Those of you that have bought my spheres, a lot of you have bought multiple spheres. You understand what's going on. As far as your awakening, one of the best things, and there'll be a kit put together soon for it. There's so much happening right now, and I am in a process of leaving. So everything's rush. This kit is a max power full body sphere that's got everything in it. So it hits the solar plexus, the heart, the pineal, the scanner. And then you put it in the middle of a table, a round table, whatever. 6 foot from one end to the other, 4 foot's better. And you put the sphere in the middle of it. If it hits someone harder, then move it away from that person. Use a different table. It's okay, and this is soft. It comes up and it gradually happens, But as long as you can relax with that much energy, it goes in. It's got the celestite, goes right into the hypothalamus, folks. This is literally cranking up, opening, and running your brain. And then there's, with the room cards, there's also this book. Deanna did all the artwork. Deanna's an architect, but she is also an artist. What's that, physical designer or something like that? Whatever. I don't know these things. Anyway. Oh, that's just some goofy old fart making runes. I used to love making them out of wood. Wood that fell. Here you go. It's the other Futhark plus a whole lot more. This one right here is Vesuvius. That's strong action, like volcano. Very powerful action, energy coming into your life. Here's water. balance. All of them, they're all in here, okay? So, and it gives you the basic information, but later on, the more you use these cards, the more you talk with your spirit guides. You can use the whole deck. You can just pull out the power cards. I should have a deck with the power cards pulled out. What's up with this? There's this like this, and there's that like that. I don't know what they are. This is strong power, and then this is joy. So this is strength, great strength, and happiness. And honestly, that's what it does for you. It increases your abilities. What's this? This is Yasui. Yasui, what the hell is that? That's the name of the room. I saw it, knew about it. It was part of what symbols put on another planet, like their Elder Futhark. That has to do with the heart chakra. That could mean your energy being out of balance. Okay? That could be relative to throat. You know, there's nothing going on up there. There's not one of those for everything. This is Kano. That's Kano. That means your ability to see is strong. Okay? So you could put this is part of the Elder Futhark. You could put this card into the pile. And when that comes up, it means, okay, use your pineal to go see something. Or if whatever, just to see. It could be your pineal. It could be with your heart, your gut. Okay, the scanner. Just go see. One of the wild cards, Dragon Energy. Very strong, very powerful. That's receiving a large gift. Not physical, metaphysical, you know, that kind of thing. Okay, something, the cards just separated right here. That's why. This is the unicorn. Unicorn energy is extremely protective, aggressively protective. A lot of silver in that. A little more golden dragons, but they both have both. Anyway, where's this one is Gaia. But there's other power cards. Come on. Trying to joy. Okay, thanks, Gaia. This is lightning bolt upside down. What is that? Lightning is it's strong action like the volcano, but it's not quite as strong, and it's immediate. It's something happening. This is something happened immediately, and this means now's not the time for something to happen with you, for you, to you, or for you to do something. Okay. This right side up. This is the rune Algiz. Okay. See it? You turn it upside down, what is this? The peace symbol. It means peacefulness. Just relax. Coming together. Okay, calm. It's more like people coming together, relaxing, your body being relaxed. This is Algiz, which means victory. Now, this here is called Guardian. That's you being successful, but also, these two lines here represent people. That's you protecting others. And that's you helping others be peaceful with themselves. Anyway, I want to show you a scanner. Here's Star Enlightenment. Okay, that's important for whatever comes up. This is Mathurus. This is receiving knowledge. And then that way, it's giving others knowledge. Anyway, there's other ones for the scanner, the pineal, everything. Time to protect yourself. When you take those action cards, the strong action cards out of there, like the one for the scanner, if you have 3, 2, 1, 2, 5, 10, doesn't matter. Usually it's just small groups, maybe couples at the house, whatever, 3, 4, 5 people. You put the sphere in the table, and the energy goes into you, and it starts literally working on all your energy centers. So you're literally cranking yourself up, getting strong, making yourself powerful, engaging your abilities. Then just okay, that's good, and that happens nice and soft. The hypothalamus is like the nexus of your metaphysical abilities coming in and out of your core. Okay, that's strong. That's a very important gland. That gets hit with celestite. Okay, opens up, gets you stronger. I'm telling you about these things so you can't afford a sphere of good, you can get the stone. Okay? This isn't about me making money. This is about me doing the best I can for everything for you. And by the way, everything goes to spiritualfoundation.com, which is promoting what we're doing. Okay? Okay. That was just, it's like pick it up and show them. That was Gaia. What this does is make your ability stronger. And as you're with other people, it's like you pull. As you're with other people, what you're doing is communicating with them and each other, and you're understanding how other people are waking up as they're understanding how you do. There's a self-teach here. You all are having a good time together, and then you're becoming aware that there's differences in each other, how you wake up, because you are different, and you see things differently. It helps all of you see stronger. It helps you get stronger. Okay, now you pull up the scanner card. Everyone takes a turn pulling it. You just get the cards you want, put them in the middle of the table. Someone picks up one card, they look at it, and they say, all right, this needs to go this way, that way. That's what you do with runes. You take it and you hold it up. Say, this is the card. You show everyone the card. And this, say it might be scanner, just straight up. So that means, okay, go look at, go to a certain place and look at it and see what you see. And then you remote view somewhere. Some people can, some people can't, some people are ready, some people aren't. But either way, as you go to do it, even if you can't see crap, it doesn't matter, because you know what? You're using that ability. You're using that ability. This muscle. You're using that muscle. You're becoming stronger. And then you notice other people see it, and you see what they see. If you see nothing, do not allow yourself to think there's something wrong with you. There's not. You're growing. Trust me, there's things you can do they can't, and some people are more awake than others. Okay? It doesn't mean it stays like that. It doesn't mean they keep going ahead. Waking up is very exciting, but once you do wake up, you grow slower after that. The cards just flopped in my hand. I was shuffling them to put them away, and I got Yasui, which is heart, and then plenty of time. So, and Guy is looking right at me, and she said, you know, you're not going to have your heart's not going to go south right away. Just relax on that. And I am relaxed about it, but she just wanted to tell me that. So anyway, as you get the message, as you work, anytime you get a message, it helps you talk. It helps you communicate. And the more you do it, the more you realize you are doing it, and the stronger you get at it. You can't do that. There's some people I'd crank up, and I get so frustrated, and they say, Jay, I'm not seeing anything yet. And I looked at them, and I saw them doing nothing. And then I go talk to their spirit guides, and I said, I don't see him doing shit. And they said, he's not. And then I talked to them. I said, man, you ain't doing crap. You're not doing it. You're sitting there on the couch doing nothing. Eating some potato chips and what? A soda. What are you doing? You gotta, I give you a Ferrari, and I give you the key, and you're bitching about not going out in it. You got to put your damn ass in the car and turn the key. Damn. You know, it didn't happen often, but it's like, that would frustrate me. I put out a few videos about that a long time ago. And don't come to me saying, oh, yes, I am. Nothing's happening, because you know why? I know. Gaia, it's like, calm down. The FBI calls me the freak. It's kind of funny. All I want to do is help everyone. Anyway, so these help you grow, and then with the sphere in there, it just hits your head, hammers you. If you don't have a meaning yet for the card, you know, for these cards there is a base meaning. That's what's in here. Okay, Deanna did some beautiful work. I have all the symbols and everything, but she's the one that, she can do all that stuff. Then she says, I don't know how to do this stuff. I'm like, yeah. It's funny. always have faith in yourself, and you know, you have a moment where you're doing real good at something. It's kind of like poking up a little arrogance. Folks, don't worry about that. That's part of being in a body. Oh, I'm arrogant. Screw it. It's just living. There's another, you know, person in there with you in your body. There's also a blueprint of how to react to things and how to function while in the body that comes from the DNA. So, if I would take the stuff I have in these spheres and put it in some of that organite, it'd be throwing energy up, more energy up in the air, going nowhere. And energy can only go so far, folks, from stones. So, I've had friends with these magic boxes and everything, what, you know, that creates sentiency and everything. I'm like, wow. This one box, this person asked me to hold it, and put my hands on it and feel the energy, and I did, but there's like nothing there, but I can do a lot of stuff with my energy. I'm feeling inside it, feeling around. I'm like, damn. And he goes, you feel that? You feel that? I said, well, I can feel stuff everywhere, you know, but I said, let me show you something. And I pulled the thing apart. I took out what he had inside it, the ball that he had inside it, and I took some star essonite, one big piece of star essonite, put it in there, closed it off, and I put it back together again, and I held it up for him like this. And I said, here, now feel it. So he put his hands on the side of it, relaxed, and he almost fell over in his butt. I said, that's how you sell this. That's how you do it. Not this other stuff you're doing. And don't say what you're saying, because it's wrong. What's that old saying? You can take a horse to water, but you can't make him drink it. And I added to that, no matter how much you might want to drown him in the water, of course, I would never hurt an animal. I would die for them. I've proven that life after life, and this one especially. Just not dead. Jumping out in the middle of a busy street, traffic going both ways, to coax a dog to into my car that someone had just dropped off in the middle of the highway because it was having seizures. I spent over $3,000 on that dog in a couple of months. It does not upset I did whatsoever. I did everything I could, is what I'm trying to say. Then finally I had to send him home. I've taken your people's throwaways, not yours, people's throwaways. Give them love and everything I could do. Anyway, there's a lot of people like that. Folks, I'm not, everyone, I say everyone's special, they are, but man, I'm not special, I'm just me. I'm the janitor. But this stuff is for you. This, just sitting, the information is for you. Just use that. You don't have to buy anything. You can enhance your awakening with those products I've produced for you. Period. Every one of these stones. The stones on our website, I say ours. It's all Deanna's. The company, everything's Deanna. It's expensive stone. This stuff's expensive. You're not buying something, a trinket that someone just put together. Deanna is incredibly powerful source energy. She puts her energy into everything that goes out the door. I'm going to just say flat out, I'm the strongest spirit that's ever been anywhere. There's nothing as strong as my spirit. And those people that, you know, are doing this stuff, they'll be telling you the same thing. It's my job. So what, I got a big mop. The only thing that matters is that I use it. But anyway, that's the energy that's in this stuff. There's a stone store I used to go into. I got into it with the owner. Love everyone. I don't put up with crap from anybody. I'd walk in there and people feel my energy and start freaking some people out sometimes. Not too often, but sometimes. But anyway, I went in there and I was talking with one of the ladies that worked behind the like a jewelry desk. They have a lot of nice stuff in there, by the way. They've got some wacky stuff too, but they have a lot of nice stone. They're very good stone selection. And so I was looking at it was near. I was getting ready to make a purchase, and then a girl that was working there. They all know me. And then there was a lady over there on the other side of the counter. She was fame and soul. Had fey and human spirit inside her, and so she held up a crystal that was John of God crystal, and she said, you know, this is a beautiful crystal, but this John of God energy thing, you know, is this true? I mean, is that real? And then the lady working there turned right around and looked at me and she goes, "Jay, you got this?" And I said, "Yeah, sure." So I went to the other side of the counter. I said, "Ma'am, let me show you something about energy and get you to understand how it happens. Source energy can put spirit inside, put energy inside something, but an angel can't." And John of God used to have an archangel hanging around him. That archangel has been destroyed. He used to have one hanging around that would put its energy into it, and it only lasts a couple of weeks. And then when someone would buy a crystal from him, the angel that the person had around them would make the person feel like they were feeling the energy, and you know, they did everything they could to make it go, and then after a couple of weeks again it's gone, and it wasn't as strong anyway. So I said, let me show you. It takes source to put stone energy in the stone, and it stays there forever, period. Everything I've ever cranked up stays there. Star Essenite, I crank it. It loves to be cranked up. When I crank the stuff up, it gets so strong. Put it in your hand. I've had people literally just like, "Jay, I don't know what to do with this, and you know, I'm going to send it back." I said, "Don't hold on to it," because they couldn't deal with the amount of energy I put in it. I said, "Just let it sit there, and if someone can't feel energy, let them feel that. You know, if you want, give a piece to a friend. I'll send you some more that's really softly cranked up." So I did. You know, she bought a decent bit of it. So. And I, you know, she got it, but she was complaining. She goes, "Jay, we can't pull the energy out of it." I said, "You're not gonna. You can't. The only one who can is me, and I'm not doing it." You know, so I just sent them the other stuff, and I said, "Give the other stuff away to friends. Let them know the stuff is energy." But they were afraid of it. Anyway, with this young lady, I said, when I was over there talking with her, I said, "If you would, please get a piece of lapis." And you know, she likes lapis, you know, and she goes, "Oh, I love lapis." I said, "Yeah, I know, just please get a piece." So she got one. I said, "Okay, no, just feel it, relax, see how it feels." And then she said, "Oh boy, it's beautiful." I said, "Okay, now please put it in my hand." She dropped it in my hand. I cranked it up kind of hard. I didn't hurt the stone. It's still lapis. It's somewhere today, right now, glowing cold. So I said, "Now please take it and feel it." So she did, and she goes, "Oh, it's not even it's not even lapis." You know, she freaked out. I said, "That's putting energy in a stone." I said, "That'll stay like that forever." And because she of her fey energy, and she was soul sensitive, more sensitive, and herself, she didn't have much of a barrier up here. She could feel energy more, so I knew she'd feel it. So anyway, but that was a way for her to understand. Folks, the stuff's strong. It's there for you. You want it cool, if you don't, cool. All this stuff. You don't have to have it. Just sit in a chair and relax. You want to get strong quicker? That's how you do it. The binaural beats, what they do is they work on part of your head, and they'll put one frequency in this ear, another frequency in that ear, and when they go into the head, it'll touch a different part of your brain. this is for remote viewing, this is for telepathic abilities, this is for, you know, when I was first waking up, I got a set of those things. I used them. I said, well, I feel something going on, but I was relating it to working out with weights, and just on my right arm using something to work my wrist, and on my left arm using something to work the upper and lower, I forgot the name of the muscles, you know, biceps and whatever. It's not balanced. It's, you know, and all it does is wake it up. It can't make it stronger except a little bit by activating it. That's why stone energy was the way to go. Folks, I've been through this other stuff. I know how it works. It's not that it's going to hurt you, but it's, well, I don't know, the binaural beats, if you leave it on at night and everything, you just use those two, you're going to overstress one part of your brain. Not stress it like hurt you, but it'll start to develop part of your brain with leaving everything else empty, and that's going to throw your energy off and everything. So, I know some of you can understand what I'm trying to do here this morning is put together information about stone energy, energy of the different ways that are out there for you to act, that you can rarely access, that will make something happen. You can feel something. I want you to understand what they actually are and do, and then you make your own decision. But you need to be your real natural self, and this way to get the strongest, stone and source energy help you do that. Also, mega important, relaxing. Just calm down, let things flow. Okay? The more you relax and float down into yourself, once you do that, you actually go out everywhere. You hit your mainstream, and then you can flow. Just relax. Be right back to finish this. And we're back. So anyway, as I was saying, I just want you all to understand what other stuff is, what it does, and you just find out for yourself. The stones we have are expensive. The products we have are expensive. The stones, we always buy the best we can. And I cannot buy, you know, a couple $1,000s a stone at a time. I've made some large purchases, but I can't buy that much. Now, star essenite, I have a lot of. I had access to a vein of it a long time ago, and I got a ton of it. It's a high crystal, very strong. So they're literally the highest quality I can find, and I crank the heck out of them. And Deanna does too. I mean, all that she can, she's learned how to, you know, you just put in as much as you can, and then you're going to get shut down, but there's finesse involved, and she's at the point where she's really controls her finesse. She's not the only one that can do it, and or me neither. Other family members can and are. Source family members, we're all family. But we all have issues while we're in these bodies too that are not normally like ourselves. So I like seeing my mom when she's around. I still do a lot of strong stuff with my energy, so I don't get a lot of visitors. I'm calming down though. Goes up and down. But that's a perfect example of how someone can be in a body, when, especially while they were being controlled and made to be like that. And then when they're out of the body, totally different person. It can be like that. So, anyway. And please don't expect perfection of yourself. There's no such thing. That thought process was created to make you nuts. Improving yourself is great. Take your time. I'm over here trying to relax, and I'm just star essonite and some of this green amethyst. I don't know what to call it. I need to call it what it is by energy. That's, or if it has a regular name, but get fingertips, like fingertips and palms. Get that on there. Feel it. Goes straight into my head. I can feel it. I can see it flowing around in my head. Hypothalamus. Something begins with a G. I don't know what it is. I'm looking right at it. Now it's going into the pineal. It's hanging around the hypothalamus right above it in the energy field. There we go. There's the heart energy. When you relax, you're feeling stones, and all of a sudden you take a deep breath. That's your heart engaging, your heart energy engaging. Makes your lungs crank up. Heart's right there with your lungs. Then you throw citrine on there for focus, extra focus, and cleaning out the, smoking too much weed and stuff. The other crap that comes in there, calcium and fluoride. So you put that in there, and then everything starts to come to a focus. The focus citrine that's made to a point will bring around a little bit sharper focus. It hits you a little harder, quicker, but the other citrine is great. What I use in the spheres, it's AAA citrine. Stuff's awesome. This stuff is, I could clean it, wash it, make it look prettier, but that's what it is, man. This stuff is awesome. Like I said, nothing but the best I can find. Carnelian, little chips. Anyway, if those of you that want to, if you whatever you want to do, cool. As long as you're not hurting anyone, great, and hopefully not hurting yourself. But if you take the time to want to take the time to build some orgonite, you don't need something this big. Okay, this is huge. But if you get a nice chunk of star essonite, put it in there, and then build a spiral of copper like that going to a point, you will channel some of that energy up. It's still going to come out sideways. Excuse me, but you will turn some of it up to a fine point where someone puts a hand over it, they're going to feel it. Just understand, if you go to buy this stuff, there's no such thing as these cloudbusters and everything. They don't do that. I saw it in the video. Yeah, I've seen Superman fly, okay? So I've had people say I do this and that, and I'm like, yeah, especially when I talk with the birds back and forth and outside. He does that. Folks, I can't do anything. I've never photoshopped. I don't want to. So I was talking about a video I was seeing. I said, that sand just looks too yellow. Is that Photoshop? And she said, that's a video. You don't Photoshop videos. I don't know. Anyway, because of the energy in there, and you're not going to find it anywhere else, and because I know what I'm doing, I build damn good products. Deanna knows how to too. Siobhan is putting it together real good. Folks, this is all happening. Okay? Bergiu understands energy. I don't mean to, Paul, the rest of them, I don't mean to cut back anybody. They're also important to me, and I never talk to them anymore. I got stuff I got to do. I can't stop. And Gaia this morning, she's serious. It's like, hurry up. I'm not leaving right away, but I got to get some certain stuff done now. She said it's nuts. It's nuts over there. You got to get, take care of it. And other than a crank up, the best thing I know to do to tell you for what'll help you is one of these spheres, and they're not cheap. But you can get stone put in your pocket. You can find star essonite in the ground. I tell people how to feel the energy, stone energy. You want to know how to talk to stone? Book number 2. It's in the back of the book. How to feel stone. How to put stone in your hand and feel it. You can hold 5 stones in your hand and talk to each one individually, just with practice. But when you talk to them, the only actual energy, the only spirit sentient energy. That's what it takes to have a conversation. The only a piece of this is a piece of Gaia. This came from Gaia. If you talk to this or go inside the field, you can hold it and say, "Are you there?" Yes. And you learn how to talk with each other. That's Gaia. Now, if you have Essonite, then there's Gaia plus part of Gaira's planet in there, so you talk to the two of them. You can talk to each one individually. And then if it's Star Essonite, it's Gaia, Gaira, and Star Energy. So, the second book is all that stuff in there. Plus how to deal with people as you're waking up, the people that are naysayers. It helps give you some information there. Anyway, folks, I got to run. Love you. Take care. Don't let people stop you. Don't stop. Become engaged. Don't expect something for nothing. Just keep going. Because you are getting help. But you have to move your foot forward before you ever get anywhere. Simple as an old man in overalls, man. Love y'all. Have a good one. Hey there, folks. I just want to throw one last thing in there. Because I hadn't looked at this stone really all too hard, just feeling the energy, which I love, and it is very healing. I told you it feels there's energy very similar to chrysoprase, but it's not chrysoprase. It's very much like that, a little bit like serpentine, the deep serpentine. Whatever we want to call this stone, it is a type of, it is green. What do you call it? Oh, for Pete's sake. Sorry, stuff in my head. Anyway, believe it or not, I'm talking with Guy about this. This is carnelian. I'm trying to get the word. That's funny as hell. But it's closer to chrysoprase than anything else. She's working on my head, trying to help me understand something. Okay, chalcedony, however you want to say it. That's what carnelian is a form of it. That's what chrysoprase is. It's a form of it. This is chalcedony, green chalcedony. Okay. Eventually somebody will take care, cut it, get into it, see what it's like. This stuff comes from Asia. That's where most of all of it's coming from right now. But anyway, I wanted to get on there. Some of it is more. Here's a couple. Okay. This is carnelian. This is the green chalcedony. Or chalcedony, whatever, chalcedony. This is passion, energy flowing, healthy for the heart, which is also healing. And this is physical and somewhat spiritual healing too. It's both. So anyway, just want to sneak that in there. That with a nice piece of garnet. That's interesting. Carnelian helps the heart flow. This green chalcedony is very healing and moving. Then you can get a nice garnet, a nice pretty piece, or this stuff is grade AA, grade AAA. Garnet, rough garnet. Put them together. That's relaxing and healing and settling the body, but you feel solid inside. Garnet helps your core so that, get stronger, solidify, come together. Anyway, folks, I want to clarify that. That stuff's been called all kinds of stuff. I think people call it green amethyst. People call it Imperial Green Z or Z Green. I don't know, all kinds of stuff. But I just go by energy. That's why, star Essenite. It's got star matter in it. It's got a mixture of Gaia and Gaia in it. That's 2 different planets and star energy, star matter, with the energy in it. So anyway, folks, look, love you, man. Have a good one. Oh, when you're waking up and going through this stuff, 2 stones that are really good for you are black onyx. Okay, that's personal power, Black Panther energy, and then Dragonstone Jasper. Okay, that will help you have more faith in yourself, and more faith, and it'll help you keep going, give you more fortitude, power yourself up. And you know what? You take that stuff and throw some garnet in there with it. That's strong solidity. Then you can have Deanna make you up a necklace with that, and then put a piece of star Essenite in there, and a crystal too for clarity. You can put crystal into the necklace too, though. But whatever you want to do. All the stones we're using, everything, like I said, they're expensive, but they're all there's the best I can find, but they're cranked up hard as they can be without changing the actual stone itself, as far as the energy, not the shape. Folks, love you, man. Have a good.